Hi everyone. For today's video, as I mentioned before, we're going to focus on the Bug Army Great Banner Bearer. This miniature is a bit different from most of the figures I've made for the Kickstarter. It's attached to a scenic base, which allows for a more cinematic pose. The model is available for free on Thingiverse, so anyone can download it and get a clear idea of the overall quality. On the battlefield, the Great Banner Bearer is there to stabilize and inspire nearby troops. With a banner bearer present, even less courageous units are far more likely to fight to the very end. It's a huge tactical advantage, but it also means the enemy will try to eliminate this unit as quickly as possible to remove the bonus. As a result, banner bearers often become prime targets for snipers. For the painting process, we'll use the same technique as on the officers. The entire miniature is first coated with wood stain. It's important not to apply too much, otherwise it can pool and create heavy blotches. In very dark or shadowed areas, that's not necessarily a problem. It can even add character, but overall, it's better to keep the shading light, with slightly burned out whites. Once the stain is dry, we start with the red trousers using slaughter red. At the same time, we paint the fukai flowers in slaughter red as well. On larger Fukai terrain pieces, like forests or line of sight blockers, I usually use a more complex red gradient, but here the base is small, so there's no real reason to spend extra time on it. We also paint the banner itself in slaughter red. At this stage, a large portion of the work is already done. Next, we apply nuclear sunrise on the sleeves of the sweatshirt. After that, we move on to dark wood for all the straps, the belt, the scabbard, and the cleaver's guard. For this model, I'm also keeping things simple and painting the spear shaft in dark wood as well. At this point, we've covered about half of the miniature. The face is quite detailed and very exposed, so I do a light dry brush with matte white. Next, Gravelord gray to the forearm bandages and the wraps on the spear. Once that's done, we move on to the metallics. I mix what's left of Gravelord Grey with Broadsword Silver and apply it to all metal parts, the banner, the sword, the plasma pistol, and the emblem. Then I apply Crusader skin to the skin, the head, and the hands. The center of the Bug Army emblem itself is then painted with Slaughter Red. Because it's applied over metallics, the red ends up darker, which works perfectly for this faction. For the base, I paint it similarly to my Fukai bases. I use burgundy, a brown close to sienna, but slightly deeper. I dilute it well and apply it to all the ground and rocks. On a larger surface, I'd probably add more variation to soften the highlights, but on a small base like this, keeping it simple works just fine. The rim of the base is painted black with a marker, so the miniature blends nicely with the rest of the army. Once the figure is mostly dry, there's no need to wait too long. I apply a second layer of wood stain on the armor, the base, and the flowers. And that's it. The whole process takes roughly 20 minutes at a relaxed pace. This miniature is offered for free for a very simple reason. I want you to be able to judge the quality of my work for yourself. If you like the feel of this miniature, if you find it enjoyable to paint, and if you sense that there's a real universe and a clear artistic intention behind it, then I sincerely invite you to take a look at the Kickstarter. This project means a lot to me. It's the result of a huge amount of work, doubts, experimentation, and a genuine desire to create something solid and meaningful. By supporting the campaign, you're not just backing STL files. You're supporting a vision of gaming, of the hobby, and of wargaming, a way of creating that still tries to put passion and intention first. Thank you to everyone who takes the time to watch, to share, or to support the project. No matter what happens, thank you for being here.